Good night, my dear students. Today I am going to explain chapter The Beggar of class 9th, and this chapter is beginning from here. The chapter heading The Beggar. Beggar is a man who is often told effortless, but I can define you easily. The task of begging is the work of praise and grace from the God for the saints. But the man who depends on work, this is a work of, I will say, demerit of a man doing the task of begging. But here is the story of a man who is doing beggary without any reason, even he can do it well. The chapter starts, what induced the beggar Laskov to change his ways? Let's read and find out. What are the things that changed the beggar Laskov? You will see in this chapter. Kind sir, have pity. Kind sir, have pity. Pity means, I will say, kindness. Kindness. Pity means kindness. That happened. He is saying, kind sir, have pity, means evidently he is saying to be kind and saying, have pity, have mercy over me. Laskov is saying, turn your attention to a poor, hungry man. Poor, you can understand the word poor, means below poverty line fellow. Hungry man, the stomach is not fetched, he is hungry. For 3 days I have had nothing to eat. He is saying, I had not ate anything from last 3 days. I have not 5 kopecks for a lodging. Even lodging is expensive for him because it cost rupees 5 and he is unable to give these 5 kopecks for a roof on his head. I swear it before God, and he is promising that he is saying truth. For 8 years I was a village school teacher. Further he is going about his previous life. He is saying that I was from last year 8 years I was a school teacher, then I lost my place through intrigues. Means he has done well, but there happened some intrigues, I will say politics happened, and he lost his place. I fell a victim to calumny. Means people who had done the groupism, if you felt under the characterized group, I fell a victim to a calumny. Means people or the colleagues who were with him, they had emerged groupism and he became victim of all that. It is a year now since I have had anything to do. Means a year has passed and he has nothing to do. The advocate Sergei looked at the ragged, fawn-colored overcoat of the suppliant, at his dull, drunken eyes, at the red spot on either cheek, and it seemed to him as if he had seen this man somewhere. Now he is the advocate Sergei, whom he was saying something. He is saying, after seeing is that he is a ragged fellow, means rough, fawn-colored overcoat of the suppliants. The overcoat is fawn color. Fawn is called deer, means the colors of the deer skin. That is the fawn colored overcoat. Big coat from the normal. It is dull. Sub overcoat of the suppliant. That is dull. The color is dull. Drunken eyes, and his eyes are means Laskov has the drunken eye. At the red spot on either cheek. On the one of his cheeks he has a red spot. It seems to him as if he had seen this man somewhere before. And one thing more, he is observing that he had seen this man somewhere. I have now had an offer of a position in the province of Kaluga. Now he is saying, province of Kaluga, he has a position, means some job he is having. Means he is not doing, but he is having the opportunity to work there. The mendicant went on, but I have not the money to get there. Help me kindly, I am ashamed to ask, but I am obliged to by circumstances. Now he is saying uh, that he has no money to reach to attain that opportunity of job in Kaluga. He is saying, help me kindly. He is asking to Sergei that please help me. And he is feeling shame to ask for help, but I am obliged to by circumstance. But he is saying, I have no other way to perform accurately. My circumstances are like this. Sergei's eyes fell on the man's overshoes, one of which was high and the other low, and he suddenly remembered something. Means after that he has seen the shoes that he was wearing. His shoes was, I will say, unparalleled. One is high, another is low, and he suddenly remembered something. And at the same time, he remembered something. Look here, it seems to me I met you the day before yesterday. Look here, it seems to me I met you the day before yesterday in Sadovia Street. He said, but you told me that told me then that you were a student who had been expelled and not a village school teacher. Do you remember? Now Sergei is saying that he is in the remembrance that yesterday, a day before yesterday, in Sudovya Street they met, and there he told that he was a student and he was expelled from the school, not a village teacher at that time. Now he is saying, Laskov, do you remember what you told me? No, that I cannot be so, mumbled the beggar, taken aback. I am a village school teacher, and if you like, I can show my papers. Now he is proving, he got in remembrance that he was a student there, but now he is saying teacher. Now he is trying to prove that I can give you some papers that I was the teacher there. Have done with lying. You called yourself a student and even told me what you had been expelled for. Don't you remember? Now next thing he is saying in proof, Mr. Sergei is also proving that you told me, and you had told me the reason why Laskov has been expelled from the school. And he is saying, do you remember? Sergei flushed and turned from the ragged creature with an expression of disgust. Now, Sergei is confirmed that this fellow is telling everything lie, and he felt himself frustrated talking to him, and with a shameful belief he turned away from him. This is dishonesty, my dear sir, he cried angrily. This is swindling. I shall send the police for you, damn you. Now, Mr. Laskov became a little angered, and he is saying, this is dishonesty. My dear sir, he cried angrily, this is swindling. I shall send the police for you, damn you. Now, the warning is given that I will send the police for you. Sir, he said, laying his hand on his heart. The fact is, I was lying. Now, I am neither a student nor a student. All that was a fiction. Formerly, I sang in a Russian choir and was sent away for drunkenness. But what else can I do? I cannot get along without lying. No one will give me anything when I tell the truth. What can I do? Now, when he heard the words of dishonesty, a curse of dishonesty, when he heard, he told, sir, what I told, that was all wrong, and I have no other way to be alive. So I was doing all this fiction, means telling lie to everyone, that please help me, and I narrate a story, and I got get some help from everyone. Otherwise, if I directly say anything to another and ask something from someone, no one will help me. Exactly, he is saying that I was a singer in a Russian choir, Russian group, and was sent away for drinking. Means there he was working and he was drunkard. He was drinking. So he was turned out of the choir. But what else can I do? I cannot get along without lying. No one will give me anything when I tell the truth. What can I do? Means he has no other way to lead his life. What can you do? You ask what you can do. Cried Sergei. He was saying, what can I do? He told in his previous line, what can I do? So he told, what can you do? You ask what you can do. He is saying, you are not effortless. Sergei is saying, you are not effortless. You can perform everything. You ask what you can do. Don't be negative, be positive. He is saying, in a sense, you ask what you can do, cried Sergei. And Sergei just told this thing with a loud voice, coming close to him, and he was came close to him. Work. That is what you can do. You must work. He is saying, rather begging, you can do work. You must work. You must have to do work in place of begging to one or other. Work. Yes, I know that myself. But where can I find work? Now Laskov is saying, I know I can do work, but from where I will get the work to do? He was also genuine on his point. He is saying that who will give me the work to do? How would you like to chop wood for me? Now Sergei at once said him, you will do chopping of the wood for Sergei. I would not refuse to do that, but in these days even skilled woodcutters find themselves sitting without bread. Now Laskov is saying this, who will give me the chance? You are saying for chopping wood, but I am not refusing it to that. But in these days, even skilled woodcutters find themselves sitting without bread. Means he is saying good woodcutter is also unable to fetch their need to get bread. They are also sitting. Will you come and chop wood for me? Now Sergei is saying to Laskov, will you come to me and chop wood for me? Yes, sir, I will. Definitely, I will. Very well. We will soon find out. And Sergei told, yes, I will definitely find out. Sergei hastened along, rubbing his hands. He called his cook out of the kitchen. Sergei hastened along, rubbing his hands. He was means the surrounding is cold, so he is rubbing his hands for the warmth. He called his cook out of the kitchen, and at once he called the cook from the means both of them moved, and he called the cook from the kitchen. Here, Olga, he said, take this gentleman into the woodshed and let him chop wood. And the cook is Olga, and he said, take this gentleman into the woodshed. Woodshed, shed means a type of hut you can say, and there give him the wood and he will chop it. The scarecrow of a beggar shrugged his shoulders as if in perplexity and went irresolutely after the cook. It was obvious from his gait that he had not consented to go and chop wood because he was hungry and wanted work, but simply from pride and shame and because he had been trapped by his own words, it was obvious too that his strength had been undermined by vodka, and that he was unhealthy and did not feel the slightest inclination for toil. Means he was left no other way to escape from this work, and in shame and the question of pride made him to go, and it was easily observed that he was not interested, but there was no other way for him to deny for that bet, so he went with Olga. Next, Sergei hurried into the dining room. Now, after that, when he went to the set, he went to the dining room. From its window, one could see the wood set and everything that went on in the yard. And when he entered the dining room, he can easily watch Leskov what he is doing. Standing at the window, Sergei saw the cook and the beggar come out into the yard by the back door and make their way across the dirty snow to the shed. Means that was the cold season, cold time, and they passed through the dirty snow of the shed, and Olga glared wrathfully at her companion, shoved him aside with her elbow, unlocked the shed, and angrily banged the door. Means Olga took Leskov and left him in the door and shut the door uh, carelessly, I will say with anger. He pushed the door, keeping him inside the woodshed. Next, he saw the pseudo teacher seat himself on a log and become lost in thought with his red cheeks resting on his fist. Means when she left her, he had seen that mental teacher. He had sat on a log. Log means a wood, a long wood, and he started thinking with his red cheeks, and his cheeks were red, and he uh, kept his chin on the fist and thinking something. The woman flung down an axe at his feet, and another woman uh, thrown the axe to chop the wood at his feet, spat angrily, and she even given a very dirty reaction by spitting for him in anger, and judging from the expression of her lips, and she judging from the expression of her lips, and began to scold him, and even she scolded him. Leskov was I will say uh, in a punishing behavior. Olga reacted to Leskov. The beggar irresolutely pulled a billet of wood towards him, set it up between his feet, and tapped it feebly with the axe. Means he started chopping the wood. The billet wavered and fell down. Billet wavered and fell down. As he tapped it, the wavered and fell down. The beggar again pulled it to him. Beggar again pulled it to him. Means the chopping, when he started, wood flanged around, and he again took it and started chopping. Blew on his freezing hands, and that time was full. As Leskov was rubbing his hands for warmth, the same he is also doing. He is blowing on his freezing hands to make them warm, and tapped it with his axe cautiously, and he was carefully tapping on with the axe on wood, as if afraid of hitting his overshoe or of cutting off his finger. The stick of wood again fell to the ground. Means he was very carelessly, Leskov was very carelessly trying to chop the wood. The stick of wood again fell to the ground. Means when he was doing, once it flew, another again it fell down on the ground. Sergei's anger had vanished, and he now began to feel a little sorry and ashamed of himself for having set a spoiled, drunken, perhaps sick man to work at menial labor in the pool. Means when he had seen the condition of Laskov, he felt himself a little ashamed that he has uh, given a wrong task to the wrong man. A spoiled, drunken, perhaps sick man to work a menial labor in the cold. Means he was Sergei Laskov himself feeling ashamed. An hour later, Olga came in and announced that the wood had all been chopped. Uh, After an hour, Olga came to Sergei and told that the wood had all been chopped. All the wood had been chopped. Good. Give him half a ruble. And Sergei told that give him half a ruble. Said, if he wants to, he can come back and cut wood on the first day of each month. And the work was every month's first day he can come for chopping the wood. We can always find work for him. And we, Laskov told, say him that he will arrange work for him on the first day of every month. On the first of the month, the waif made his appearance and again earned half a ruble. Although he could barely stand on his legs, from that day on he often appeared in the yard, and every time work was found for him. Now he would shovel snow, now put the woodshed in order, now beat the dust out of rugs and mattresses. Even time he received from 20 to 40 kopecks, and once even a pair of old trousers were sent out to him. Old trousers were sent out to him. Means he was given clothes also, pants also, and he get 20 to 40 kopecks. First he got 1 ruble, after that he was getting 20 to 40 kopecks like this, and the work was always found out for Laskov by Sergei. When Sergei moved into another house, he hired him to help in the packing and hauling of the furniture. He was always searching work for him that can help him. So when he went to his another home, he hired him to help in the packing and hauling of the furniture. Means packing of the things. Packing means collection of the things, collecting things in a proper way, and hauling of the furniture, maintaining the furniture. This time the waif was sober, gloomy, and silent. Now he was a little happy, a little looking good, and silent. Means being calm. Laskov. He hardly touched the furniture and walked behind the wagons, hanging his hand. Now for the furniture, he was not touching the furniture and walked behind the wagons, hanging his head. And behind the wagons, hanging his head. Wagons, not even making a pretense of appearing busy. Means a little careless in the work. He only shivered in the cold and became embarrassed when the caterers jeered at him for his idleness, his feebleness, and his tattered fancy overcoat. After the moving was over, Sergei sent for him. Means he was not in the positive way. Laskov, after getting 20-25 kopecks, the next work which he was not so efficient. So Olga and Sergei both are watching and observing this thing. Over, Sergei sent for him. Well, I am happy that my words have taken effect, he said, handing him a ruble. Here's for your pains. I see you are sober and have no objection to work. What is your name? Now, till this time, he has not asked the name of that fellow. And when he had seen, he told Sergei, well, I am happy that my words have taken effect. Sergei told that really what I told and what question I put in front of you, you really performed it well. He said, handing him a ruble, and he given him a ruler and said, "This is the reward of your pain, I am thinking that you are looking little good from before, and you have no objection to work. Now please tell me, what is your name?" He told, "My name is Leskov." "Well, Leskov, I can now offer you some other cleaner upon employment. Can you write?" Now Leskov uh, was given another work of writing as Sergei found out. "I can." He told, "Yes, I can." "Then take this letter to a friend of mine tomorrow, and you will be given some copying to do. Work hard, don't drink, and remember what I have said to you. Goodbye." Means he told, "Go to my friend and he will give you the work of writing. That will be good for you also." Pleased at having put a man on the right path, Sergei tapped Leskov kindly on the shoulder and gave him his hand at parting. Leskov took the letter, and from that day forth came no more to the yard for work. Means the good work was given to him of writing, and from that day he had not reached ever to the Leskov Sergei's house. 20 years went by. Then one evening, as Sergei was standing at the ticket window of theatre paying for a seat, he noticed a little man beside him with a coat collar of curly fur and a worn sealskin cap. This little individual timidly asked the ticket seller for a seat in the gallery and paid for it in copper coins. Means a man changed, and Sergei and Leskov reached to the same position, and both were about to watch some movie in the theater. So, and he paid in copper coins. This was a good thing for for Sergei, that he had given a right path to a, I will say, distracted fellow. "Leskov, is that you?" cried Sergei, recognizing in the little man. Means this is all after 2 years went by. After 2 years, recognizing in the little man with his farmer wood chopper. "How are you? What are you doing? How is everything with you?" Now he said, "How are you?" Taken good or bad after his work. "How are you? How is the work going on? What are you doing? How is everything with you?" "All right, I am a notary now, and am paid 35 rubles a month." He told, "Now I became a notary, and I get 35 rubles in a month. Thank heaven, that's fine. I am delighted for your sake." Means I am very glad, Leskov. Sergei is happy, and he's saying, "I am very glad for you, Leskov. You see, you are my godson in a sense. I gave you a push along the right path. You are my godson, Leskov. You see, you are my godson in a sense. I gave you a push along the right path." Sergei saying, "I put you on the right path, you know. Remember water roasting I gave you? Yeah, I nearly had you sinking into the ground. Had you sinking into the ground at my feet that day. Thank you, old man, for not forgetting my words." Now he is saying, "You are a good fellow. You remembered my sayings, and you performed them well." Like this, Sergei told to him. "Thank you too," said Leskov. Leskov also said, "Thank you, sir," to Sergei. "If I had not come to you, then I might still have been calling myself a teacher or a student to this day. Yes, by flying to your protection, I dragged myself out of a pit." Means he is also praising Sergei. He is also feeling happy, and he is saying, Leskov is saying, that if you had not met me, I might not be at this position. I am still doing the same thing that I was doing. Sometime teacher, sometime a student. Like this, I might be trying to befool everyone and getting money for daily livelihood. But Both are praising each other, feeling happy. I am very glad indeed. Thank you for your kind words, deeds. I am very grateful to you and to your cook. God bless that God and noble woman, that good and noble woman you spoke finally then, and I shall be indebted to you to my dying day. But strictly speaking, it was your cook, Olga, who saved me. He is, he said everything. He said everything, and like this. What happened? Where the chapter has gone? Oh my God! Yes, yes, it came. No, it came. Means this was going. This was like this. Means this is the last paragraph. Means he was praising by himself that Olga was good, and Olga's behavior was more turning point in my goodness. When I used to come to your house to chop wood, she used to begin, "Oh, you short, you, oh, you miserable creature, there is nothing for you." Miserable means poor. Creature means living thing. There is nothing for you but ruin. Means you have nothing, only to destroy. And then she would sit down opposite me and grow sad, look into my face and weep. And she was weeping after seeing the scoff. "Oh, you unlucky man, there is no pleasure for you in this world, and there will be none in the world to come. You drunkard, you will burn in hell." Means he was saying like this. She said that you will burn in hell. Olga was saying like this. Means start, even she was cursing him, and he was weeping for his pain. "Oh, you unhappy one." He say, "Oh, you unhappy one." And so she would carry on. In that strain, I cannot tell you how much misery she suffered, how many tears she shed for my sake. But the chief thing was she used to chop the wood for me. Do you know, sir, that I did not chop one single stick of wood for you? She did it all. Why this saved me, why I changed, why I stopped drinking at the sight of her, I cannot explain. I only know that owing to her words and noble deeds, a change took place in my heart. She set my right, and I shall never forget it. Set my right, and I shall never forget it. However, it is time to go now. There goes the bell. Laskov bowed and departed to the gallery. Chekhov. Yes, children, like this means even Sergei punished him, scolded him. But the task of huge example given by Olga, even she cursed her and helped her, and at last he proved that how Olga was good. He told that Laskov told that I have not chopped a single wood. Olga chopped everything for me. She was weeping for myself like this, and this all changed me to this situation. This is by Chekhov. Hmm. These are some word meanings. Like this is the chapter beggar, and thank you. If you have any problem, I am uploading this video on YouTube channel P.k.Tripathi videographer, and there you will find it. Thank you and good night.